Let's play Helm, Lines of Diamond, and then hold priority, cast Meditate, crack for blue, and draw 8. Alright, no cloud. Okay, so today we are playing some more Premodern. We're playing some more Frantic Storm. Except today we're playing with Lines of Diamond. So when this was first sent to me as a donation deck, which was my introductory donation deck to Premodern, it was actually an LED version, which is not the typical version, and I was given the freedom to do what I wanted with the deck, and I didn't wind up playing it. I also didn't really wind up with the traditional version either, but here I've been given another donation deck from someone else who gave me a slightly different Lines of Diamond version as well. And it has been requested that I do not make any changes. Now, if there was something really significant, I would probably reach out to them and have a discussion and whatever. But I think the list is fine. I'd say like the one thing that I would love that I won't put in, but that I would love is a hunting pack. You're going to play Lines of Diamond and Cunning Wish, and I feel like you want one in your sideboard, but I don't know, could be wrong. But okay, if you've not seen this deck, it's pretty simple. You're looking to get a cost reducer into play, whether it be Sapphire Medallion or Helm of Awakening. And then you can use cards like Cloud of Faeries that untap lands when they come into play. And Frantic Search that when discounted, net mana. Especially if you play a card like Teferi's Isle, which is a dual land of sorts. You can even further take advantage of that mana engine. And then, of course, Lines of Diamond itself gives so much mana for so little that I've always considered it to be a mana engine. It, of course, has the downside of having to sacrifice your hand, but I think a lot of the times we'll do something along the lines of put 2 Meditate on the stack, holding priority, and then crack your Lines of Diamond and draw your 8 cards, get your 3 mana. You also have a lot of deep analysis to take advantage of Lines of Diamond, and just generally a lot of cantrips. What I do like is that there's no impulse. We've got 8 1-mana cantrips to keep things smooth, and instead of something like Accumulated Knowledge, we have Deep Analysis, which I do think is just better, especially given that we're playing Lines of Diamond. But again, I don't give all that many Premodern opinions with certainly not as much conviction as I usually do. I tend to not give opinions unless, without some sort of preface, unless I feel very strongly about something. Impulse is an example. I feel pretty strong about that card being not good in at least the few combo decks that I've been playing. But there's just so much in the format that I'm too new to the format, right? So take my opinions with whatever grain of salt you feel works for you. But back to how the deck functions. Once you've netted mana with your cost reducers and your Cloud of Faeries and your Frantic Search, you draw a lot of cards with Meditate. You're looking to kill them on the same turn, so it doesn't matter if you skip your next turn. Not that we never cast this for value, because we certainly do. And once we build up enough Storm and cards and mana, we can kill them with Brain Freeze out of the main deck, or Brain Freeze out of the sideboard with Cunning Wish. Which of course brings me to the sideboard. We've got some bounce spells, some counter spells, some Tormod's Crypt to deal with graveyard decks, some defense grid to help against counter spells, and Discord user EgoSum, who is the one who sent this donation deck, said that the additional Brain Freezes are to be brought in against counterspell decks. I don't know that that seems like the most solid plan, but I do know that I have won a number of games with, for instance, Eggy Pop, just getting a brain freeze in my hand and being super, super patient and then wind up winning with it. So that is probably the plan, which I'd be more on board with if, like, I don't know, we're still playing 2 defense grid and Arcane Denial. Although Arcane Denial is not the greatest with Lions of Diamond, especially against other blue decks. I would imagine I mostly want Arcane Denial against other combo decks. So that when they go for it, I can counter their thing and then I can go off. But, I don't know, it's probably good. Having 3 brain freezes in your deck against counterspell deck is pretty good. Especially because of how much value cards we have. Like a couple of short brain freezes are definitely across a grindy game is a nice tool to have. See, probably one of the cards I struggle with is a null. I don't know the format enough to know when there's going to be artifacts and enchantments that I really need to be countering. I mean, if I had to guess, like I would say it's probably primarily for Parallax Tide, but what I'll struggle with is like where it's applicable otherwise, and when it's actually appropriate to bring in otherwise. But let's jam. Thank you, EgoSum, for this donation deck. I've been loving this format, so keep them coming, guys, so I can keep playing and keep bringing the content to you. I will see you in round 1. Okay, here we are in round 1 against Yisu 94. We're on the draw. We've got 2 lands, cost reducer, action. Let's keep it. Opponent also keeps on 7. Plays a turn 1 bird off of Llanowar Wastes. You draw another land, that's fine. Let's play an island. I don't know really what to expect here. More black mana. Ball therapy, sure. That's not good for us. They named Dreadnought, okay. Since they can flash it back, they can get 2 hits here. They can hit double meditate. It's very painful. Oof. And they can do it off the Wall of Blossoms. Keep their mana dork. Alright. They're definitely going to name meditate. Ouch. Big ouch. Game would be much different on the play. But, I mean, we're still not in, like, the worst spot. They blow up Sapphire Medallion, that's gonna stink. 4 mana. Aluren, huh? Okay. I don't know if this means we're dead, or if it means they do a bunch of value, I'm not sure. Played a Raven Familiar. Got Echo, and enters, look at the top 3 cards, put one of them into your hand, the rest on the bottom. And they're passing, okay. Cavern Harpy. That feels like we're dead. Yep. They replay it. Pretty sure they're gonna draw most of their deck. Okay. And they also get to discard our hand. I mean, we still have outs is the problem. Like, I don't, if you know this deck, you might know that we're actually dead, but if we're not actually dead, and we get to untap with Island in hand, Medallion in play, we have draws that win the game. I can't scoop. But what I will do is shut up and let this go through automatically. Something different happens, I'll let you know, but... Oh, I think they're passing. Yeah. Okay. And we draw Merchant Scroll. Not bad. Oh, they can instantly do this. Right. Okay. It's not good. I mean, I guess I will play out my island. I think Meditate is probably the best thing we could draw, which is instant, and I'll want mana in play. I'll play the Raven Familiar, and they're replaying. Play another. Play Phyrexian Rager. Wall of Roots. A bird. Spike Feeder. Remove a +1/+1. You gain 2 life. It comes in with 2 of them. So that's infinite, right? You just read Cavern Harpy one more time. Turn a blue or black creature. Okay, no, because you can't return Spike Feeder. I mean, there's got to be an infinite life combo, though. But maybe they don't find it. Another Raven. I mean, it's probably, you know, if it really is a maybe they don't find it situation, the percentage is probably incredibly low, but still. On more cards. Raging more. I'm down to 5 life here. It also just wind up with lethal attackers at one point, or at some point. But I don't think they're really there yet. Right, they're gonna gain some life. Where's Shielding Drake? Okay, that returns a Spike Feeder, and Cavern Harpy returns Drake. So that's infinite life. Alright, that's good enough for me. Well, I think a Null is gonna be good enough against the Aluren. And I think I want Arcane Denial. I might bring in one, well, no. I don't want Chain of Vapor. They'll just do everything in response to it. Let's trim, snap. There'll be a couple of them. One of the Merchant Scrolls. And a Deep Analysis. Alright, we're on the play this time. A 1-lander. 1 Sleight of Hand. It's risky, but I'm going to keep it. Obviously, we're hoping to find second land. Or at least another cantrip. There's the second land. Sweet. Now we have Arcane Denial for next turn. That's a bird. Cost Reducer also wouldn't be bad. An Opt, I don't hate that. Gives me something to do if I don't Arcane Denial. You could just Opt. If you walk into a Sleight of Hand or another Opt, you'll... Well, if we had another Opt, we can do that anyways, but... If I walk into another Sleight of Hand and can't cast it, I'll be a little bit sad. Plus, there's not much I'm going to be Arcane Denialing on this turn. It's next turn for Aluren. Maybe I should have just opted, but... I don't know. I mean, that's nice. We knew there was another LED. We don't know that, so I'm going to bottom it. Another Frantic. And, alright, third land. Good. Good. Alright, I'm still going to pass. And hopefully they tap out for Aluren. We counter it. Then we untap and kill them. That's the plan, at least. Alright, Wall Blossoms. Flurry of Cabal Therapies would be pretty bad for us. Birds of Paradise, huh? Okay. Looks like... Feels like they're holding up a counter spell, or like a mana leak or something. You want to end step a Cunning Wish. Bouncing one of these birds, then going second main, seems really strong. So let's get a snap. I still want to draw another land here. Sweet. Alright, let's snap this bird. Made green. Interesting. Alright, we're gonna go as priority. Now we're on second main. I'm gonna start with Frantic. See what we can find. Out of Faeries, another Meditate. I don't need the other Meditate, and Cloud is not netting mana yet. Okay, we'll untap. Frantic again. Really need a cost reducer. Alright, we did find one. Get rid of a Null. An Arcane Denial. Of course, now they'll have, like, Naturalize available. Alright, let's go. Lines of Diamond. Helm. Full priority. Meditate. Crack for blue. Hope they don't have Naturalize. Of course they do. Alright, well, that's a bummer. A little better if I could cast this Deep Analysis. Alright. Well, I will cast Scroll. I should have cast Cloud of Fairies, then Scroll, and picked up a Null. I'd actually have it open. I think I just want to opt and cast it so I can find a cost reducer. I did. Alright, well, they have 2 turns. 5 cards, so we're probably dead. Alright, that's not an Aluren. We don't want to see Cabal Therapy either, though. That would be pretty devastating. Cavern Harpy, pick up their familiar. And they get a whole nother turn here. Play out another bird. Untap. We have 4 cards. Alright, that's not an Aluren. City of Brass, 3 cards in hand. Tapping for Aluren. Alright, I think that's enough for me. Well, they're attacking. Before they pick it up, that makes sense. Yeah, that's enough. I don't think I played that right. Even just not putting a null in my hand. Like, if I put a null in my hand, I think I punted, like, pretty hard twice in that match. But that's alright. Learning the format. We're 0-1. See you in the next round. Hey everyone, thanks for making it this far. Just wanted to thank everybody, and if you're looking for more, show you where you can find that. If you go to the description below, you can find all of my links. If you go further down in the comments, you can also find my links for bring you to my Patreon, various tiers for Discord access, early access, sideboard guides, donation decks, coaching sessions. You can also check out the podcast within those links, as well as my Twitch, where I do most of my content. You can see the commands that you can use in the chat. Let's say you do dono. You're wondering how to get a link, how to do it. Tells you right here. And the members Discord is within the Storm, MTG Storm community. And of course, it's always going to help if you hit the like and subscribe. So thanks again. Keep storming, y'all. All right, here we go. Round 2. We have lost the die roll and we have no lands. This one's got 2 lands. I'll keep. Bottom one of these meditates. Yeah. We're looking for a cost reducer. Treetop Village. Okay. We found our cost reducer. That was pretty easy. I would have been happy to see even like another land or a cantrip. But obviously this is ideal. An Oath of Druids. Okay. Faeries Isle. Oh. I think I want to hold that for the turn that I go off. Because if you can untap it the turn that you play it, you can make use of it on the same turn. This is the first time I played against an Oath deck. They're just gonna activate attack for non-lethal. Love it. Helm, huh? There are some things that we could do here. I don't think I'm supposed to, though. I'm gonna Merchant Scroll for Frantic. And just straight up pass. I don't want to cast Helm and give them a turn with Helm. If they do another Treetop Village hit, they're just dead. At least I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure they're dead. Oh, yeah. You go to 14. Could use that last turn, but this turn, I'm going to play Faeries Isle. I'm going to Frantic. Discard Deep Analysis and Island. Untap our 3 lands. Let's play Helm. Lines a Diamond, and then hold priority. Cast Meditate, Crack for Blue, and draw 8. Alright, no Cloud of Fairies. Let's Merchant Scroll for Frantic, and cast Frantic. There's the Fairies. Untap this stuff. I might as well play another Sapphire Medallion. Let's play Cloud of Fairies. Untap. Let's snap the fairy. Go for a double untap. Let's play it again. Double untap. Do they play Guy's Blessing? This is like the deck that would, right? So game 1, you just can't beat it if that's the case. Well, let's Deep Analysis. Let's Cloud of Fairies. Let's cast the Meditate. Let's Sleight of Hand. Get an Opt, Sleight of Hand. Get a Sleight of Hand. Sleight of Hand. Get a Lion's Eye Diamond and play it. Cast the Fairy. And let's see if Brain Freeze wins. Yes. I don't know if... Because they don't play Guy's Blessing because they play Terravor, right? But I don't know if there's like multiple Oath decks. I don't know if they can just like board into it, or if they do. But either way, Tormod's Crypt is good against them, right? I'd really have to look at some of these lists. I have like no idea. I feel like a null is probably not good enough on the draw. Maybe you play it on the play. But they just don't even... Did they like take Oath out and have a different plan since we're not really playing creatures? Or do they have ways to give us creatures? I don't... Where my lack of format knowledge is gonna get me. So I'm gonna play 1 Chain of Vapor just because I don't know what's happening. I'll at least have access to it. I'll play a couple Tormod's Crypts. a Trim, a Deep Analysis, and a Merchant Scroll, and a Snap. And we're going to run it. Okay, lots of cost reducers. We really need a second land, but I think I'm willing to risk it. We also have 8 cantrips that can find it that are good draws. The land go. Founder's second land. I like that. Be interesting. Which reducer do we lead on here? I don't expect it to survive. Ooh, Opt is kind of nice. I think I still just want to go Medallion. I expect it to get blown up, but Helm is like, they can do some stuff and blow it up. Like, do a lot of stuff, right? Naturalize only costing 1, they could play 2 things and naturalize, whereas Medallion, if they naturalize, they're likely spending their whole turn just on that 1 spell. Go naturalize is interesting. I'll play my land. I'm going to play Helm and Frantic. Could be a red blast. Looks like it is. Now they might be able to take advantage of this Helm. We'll see. They only have 4 cards. Passing. They have Forest. Draws a card with Gaia's Blessing. Yep. They play 2 of these, right? So we just want to find a Tormod's Crypt. Yeah, let's opt. I don't want Island. I think I want to play this Isle. I can also skip the second Helm so that I can cast this Slight. A lot of really good hits for it, especially Frantic. Cunning Wish. No, these aren't great. I want to go in on this Meditate. I think it's our best shot. We'll play the Faeries Isle, play Lands of Diamond, and we're going to Meditate. Okay. These are good. Found the Crypt. Let's go Scroll or Frantic. Yes, they're Frantic. Ooh. Get rid of Island, Cloud of Faeries. Untap these 3. Play Tormod's Crypt. Play Scroll. If I knew they only had 1 Gaia's Blessing, or only a second one total, then I would just go for double Brain Freeze right now. No, that wouldn't work. Alright, so we have to keep going anyways. Alright, let's meditate. Another Scroll's not bad. Cast LED. Yeah, let's scroll for, I think, another Meditate. Could be Frantic, gets us more mana, but I can use this LED, so let's go full priority, cast Cunning Wish, Meditate, make blue, draw 4, use Cunning Wish. We're going to have a ton of mana, sleight of hand, we gotta draw cards. I mean, if I Brain Freeze hard enough, then 1 Crypt works, right? Because the Blessing will hit, it triggers. I guess it depends. I don't know, 1 should work. Since there's a, well, if they have 2 in the deck, that could do it. And we pretty much have enough Storm. Alright, let's get Brain Freeze. Let's go LED, play a lot of Fairies. Let's snap the Fairy. Let's play the Fairy. Cast Sleight of Hand. Cast another Sleight of Hand. Frantic, sure. Kinda want to hit a Deep Analysis. Nope, that's gone. Untap these. And Brain Freeze. Okay. Sure. Alright. Mill some stuff, mill some stuff. More stuff. More stuff. It's also possible they're just only... Oh, there it is. And now we crypt them. It doesn't do anything. We gotta hope they don't have another one. Right. Looks like they don't. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Alright. We got them. It took me a little extra time because I'm used to, like, I don't know what I was thinking. Like, if you have something that like single target removes, then the other cards still get shuffled back in, and then you could potentially have to cast a lot or have more Storm, because then they put more cards in their deck, and then the Brain Freeze math is different. which is not the case with Tormod's Script. You're just hitting the whole graveyard. So, good for us that they drew into one of the guy's blessings. And we got there. See you round 3. Alright, we are back against, I don't know if these are I's, L's, LL, IL, Levelator. We're on the play. No lands. Had a lot of these, no landers. Wheel mulligan. And is great. Let's keep and bottom snap. Yeah. And I'm going to start with the Faeries Isle. I think we have a reasonable chance to turn 3 with this hand. So I'm going to go for it. Yeah, we didn't want to see island, but there it is. Their own island and pass. Opponent seems to be missing their second land drop. And shows a lightning bolt. Interesting. I don't know how badly I want to play Helm now. Also don't really want to walk into 1 mana counter. But I'm going to deep analysis. Yep, they were F6'd. We'll just get some value. Just trying to take advantage of our opponent missing Landra. Oh, they found it. Well, that's a bummer. Roll rack is in play. And now we don't have to Faeries Isle. I'm gonna cast Sleight of Hand. Get a Lines of Diamond. Play a land. Cast Deep Analysis. Lay out Lines of Diamond. And hopefully we can just blast through. Activate Scroll Rack. And pass. Play the island. I'm going to play Helm. Let's start with Frantic. It resolves. Wow. Alright, let's get rid of island and I opt. Tap our lands. Go for a Sleight of Hand. I will grab another Helm and play it. I meditate. Now, realize this afterwards. I'm going to play Sapphire. I probably should have just put like Merchant Scroll, Cunning Wish, and Meditate on the stack and crack 2 LEDs. Pretty important to find those lines. You can make use of the LED mana. I guess I can opt. Bottom the island. Alright, let's play out LED. And let's go full priority Merchant Scroll, Cunning Wish, blue. Alright, everything's just resolving. So I think I just get 3 wishes. No. We're at 10 right now. Let's get 3 wishes. I'm going to cast it. I'm going to meditate. That's pretty good. Merchant Scroll resolves. Let's go for being low on mana, I guess. I'll get a Frantic. You know what? Maybe not. I'm going to get a Meditate. Let's cast the Meditate. Just have so many cards in the deck that are going to make us mana. There they are. So Cloud of Faeries. Tap 2 lands. Snap the Cloud. Untap 2 lands. Play it again. I shouldn't have played it again yet. In case I have to cycle. We're actually low on action. Cast the Meditate. Alright, Deep Analysis is another 4 cards. Yeah, let's just cast it. Got plenty of mana. Yep. Flash back the Deep Analysis. Play Cloud of Faeries. I guess again I shouldn't have done that yet. Oh, we have a snap, never mind. Alright, let's opt. Bottom the Helm. There's Merchant Scroll. Cast Sleight of Hand. We got the Brain Freeze. So let's cast the Brain Freeze. They'll probably just scoop and not show us. Oh, a Stifle. That's fine with me. So let's Merchant Scroll. Cunning Wish. Cast Cunning Wish. The Brain Freeze. Okay. So this is like a blue-red Stiflenought. You have to watch out for Pyroblast, counter spells. Let's play the defense grids. I'm going to play Arcane Denial. It's a little awkward with Lines of Diamond, but they're also, you know, making a 12-12 is kind of like a combo deck. They probably have flings, is my guess. Makes a null interesting. Like, not bad, but probably not good enough. I guess Brain Freeze, this is where we're supposed to play Brain Freeze. And cut the Cunning Wishes, is what I've been told. You could play something to bounce. I don't think it's very good against Fling, though. You can't, like, do it in response, because, you know... So if they do it in the same turn, it's just really bad. It's not even that great anyways. Alright, what are we cutting, trimming? I think I'm fine trimming a deep analysis. Well, maybe not. See, this is the thing about the Brain Freeze plan. Like, they're also killing us fast. Most of the time, no. But they're certainly capable of it. I do like having additional Brain Freezes just because of the stifles. Although multiple Cunning Wish, I mean, it's the same total amount, I guess. Alright, well, let's trim some stuff. Trim an LED. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna run 61, it's fine. If I knew more about these decks, I could probably make better choices. I'm gonna keep this just because it's so solid if we find a land. If we don't, it's not great, but we do have cantrips to dig us out of it. And I think most of the time we're gonna have, like, a fair amount of time in this matchup. Alright. No land on the first draw. This is probably the most important turn. Find an island. Alright, there's the scroll rack again. Alright, we missed. That's a bummer. Let's get rid of a Cloud Faeries. Alright, they're gonna rack again. See what they come up with. Play a land, they have 4 cards in hand. Still no lands. Go for opt. Alright, we found one. Let's go... Technically, I could go off now. I just kind of doubt it's gonna work. Play a 2-drop, though. But next turn I can play my 1-drop. Try to go defense grid. Almost certain it gets countered. A null, yep. And they're just passing. I can play this turn, right? Yeah, because it swaps back and forth with the other one. It's still going to cast Sleight of Hand. Still grab another Helm. I feel like they're going to get countered. This is actually kind of cool that you can alternate them like this. Because now it just means I have one each turn. Like when I untap, this one will phase out and this one will phase in. Alright, they scroll rack again. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Okay, let's go Helm. That one's in. Let's go Cloud Fairies. Pyroblasted. Okay, it's in there. Tapper lands. Go for Merchant Scroll. We get Arcane Denial. Snap this Cloud Fairies, get a bunch more mana. Let's get Arcane Denial. Tap and snap. If they have 2 bolts, well, sure. Every card they have to use, though, makes the scroll rack a lot worse. Resolved. Alright, tap again. Play Cloud of Fairies again. Stifle the trigger. That's fine, I think. Sure. See if they'll let me Frantic. They did. Get rid of cost reducers. Untap my lands. I can Arcane Denial my Brain Freeze, huh? And draw 3. Well, let's cycle this Cloud of Fairies. Play out the island. Going to Brain Freeze them. See if they have another Stifle. Like they don't. Helps their Scroll Rack a little bit. Scroll Rack, Gush, Pyroblast. Counterspell Island, Portent. I'm going to cast this Arcane Denial on my Brain Freeze. Probably should have done it before. They let it go. It's not a line I ever considered. But, so they are kind of doing what I figured. But we should get to draw 3 cards now. They do get to Scroll Rack. Stifle, Stifle, Stifle. They only have 1 Stifle left in the deck. Vision Charm can, help them do the Dreadnought thing. Alright, so I draw a card. And I draw 2 cards. Cool. Okay, we didn't cast any draw 4s, so we do get to go. Light of Hand, don't hate that. Find some action. Ooh, Deep Analysis. That I like a lot. Alright, let's play Island. Cast the Deep Analysis. We're just trying to grind them out. Pyroblast. I can just flash it back. I can turn my Arcane Denial into a draw 3. Yeah, I'm actually going to do that. I'm liking this play. Just countering your own stuff with Arcane Denial. And then get more counters. And then we can flash it back next turn. You might think that we're targeting Pyroblast, though. Nice. Alright, so, once again. I mean, I guess we get in for one. They're going to keep scroll racking. We got them. Down to 19 they go. Right, we draw a card. We draw 2 cards. Looks like we're probably in business here. I don't have much going on. Probably got a little bit of counter magic. Alright, let's flash back this deep analysis. Suddenly we have a full grip. Let's cast Merchant Scroll. I'm all out of Arcane Denial. That's a bummer. Tempted to get Brain Freeze. But I guess I'll get Frantic. Let's cast a Cloud of Faeries. And I guess they've tapped out. They've had enough. Yeah, we were way ahead. Surely about to kill them. Cool, we're 2-1. See you in round 4. Alright, here we go, round 4. We are on the play. 2 cantrips, 1 land. I'll take it. Opponent has been happy seeing me dabbling in Premodern. Alright, we'll pass over. We out here opting. Island versus Island Gaming. Lotus Petal. Reading. Ooh, a Sapphire Medallion, you say? We got a nice little mirror match going here. Love to see it. Turn 1 Medallion's pretty strong. Meanwhile, I do not have a Medallion. Good Merchant Scroll for a counter. Hope to hold it up the following turn. But I think I'm going to opt. Looking for some sort of Medallion or I guess at least another land. I wouldn't hate a cantrip to cast here. Found neither. Might be in trouble. Okay, just passing. And we draw an LED. Alright, let's scroll. I guess I'm getting opt. Honestly. Our hand is already stacked. We just need a cost reducer. Or at least lands. I think if we could have cast Frantic there, we probably could have gone off. But we're probably dead here. Just as a guess. Whoa, they're going deep. Alright, at least if they fizzle, we can probably string something together in 2 turns. Comes Cloud of Faeries. They've got a full grip. Gonna snap the Faeries. Merchant Scroll for Frantic. Yeah. Sure. They need to unban Frantic in Legacy. They cast an AK that simply draws a card. They have 5 cards in hand. Another Merchant Scroll. I gotta imagine for another Frantic, right? It could be a Meditate. Oh, a Brain Freeze. They just have multiple Brain Freezes. That should get us. Another Snap. Brain Freeze. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna let it resolve. They kind of have to prove that they do have 2. And freeze number 2. Just assuming. Yep. Alright, GG. The old mirror match, huh? Yeah, Null is pretty good. I think Hercules is not bad. I like the Arcane Denials. Brain Freeze is also just pretty good in the matchup. Helm seems pretty terrible. We'll go down to 1, I guess. I probably want to stay fast with these LEDs. From a deep analysis. I'm playing the Brain Freezes. I can cut the Cunning Wishes. From a Snap and a Merchant Scroll. Alright, we're on the play. Fine. Alright, I'm just gonna cast this opt. Null is really not bad, but I do need to find land. Pass. I play Island Pass. No land. Let's sleight of hand. Alright, found the land. Now we can pass with this opt. They play Island number 2 and pass. So we opt. Cloud of Faeries is okay, but I need cost reducer. There it is. Alright, let's play it out. We probably get annulled? No. They were F6. They might bounce it. Hercules. Impulse. Alright, Impulse it is. Can they get after it? If I'd known Medallion was going to be the very next card, I think I may have kept Cloud of Faeries. But no way to know that. Would love a land here. Faeries Isle? No. I mean, I don't hate that. If they'll let us Frantic. Arcane Denial? Oh, Hercules. That's fine. Be Frantic. Get rid of Snap. And Deep Analysis. Untap 2 islands. Play an island. Play Sapphire Medallion. And I'm just going to pass. I'll just hold up my own Hercules. You can kind of do the same thing to them. They have 4 lands, 6 cards. Helm of Awakening. That's a different story. Okay. They cast Cloud of Faeries. Sure. Merchant Scroll. So we'll let them Frantic. Unless they bounce their thing now. Then they can choose to get something else. I'm gonna let them get Frantic. Yep, resolves. Get rid of AK and Petal. They play Meditate. And this is where we get to Hercules them. You could take the chance to let the Meditate go. And hope that they fizzle. I said touche. But I'd rather just kind of take my 2 turns, right? Could they find Petal? Or like 2 petals and re-helm and snap and go off? Sure. But super unlikely. I only have 2 cards. About to get 4 more. Alright, now they meditate. And likely pass. Sweet. Alright, let's go. Next Medallion. Deep Analysis. Play land. Opt. Get rid of the land. Take our second turn. Another Medallion. Shouldn't have played that land. I'm gonna play it. Good for deep analysis. Let's play Lions of Diamond. Let's hold priority. Cast Scroll. Frantic Meditate. Make 3 blue. We can draw 4. Yeah, there's the Teferi's Isle that I should have held out for. We get to Frantic. Let's discard Isle. Oh, I guess Island. And untap some islands. Get to Merchant Scroll. Let's get another Meditate with this one. And cast it. Double Brain Freeze. Okay, let's go Cloud of Faeries. Untap. Play Lions of Diamond. Play Merchant Scroll. Get another Meditate. Cast Deep Analysis. Cast Cloud of Faeries. Sleight of Hand. Pick up Snap. Cast Snap. Untap 2. Cast Cloud of Faeries. Untap 2. Cast a Brain Freeze. And I think they're dead. Go to game 3. Alright, do I still want the same cards? I mean, it feels pretty good. Annul feels good. Hercules. Annul certainly, well, no, probably not worse than the draw. It's fine. A good card to have in our opener. Yeah, I think I like this. Alright. 1 lander on the draw with an opt. And the hand is otherwise pretty good. Oh, okay. We're gonna find some more action too. But I'll take this. What do we got? Oh. Yeah, that's real good. I will play that. Alright, they got a Medallion. I hope we're not dead on turn 3. Annul? Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll pass. I want them to have to think about it if they play Helm. Or at least me with an island up, they might avoid playing Helm. Or it would otherwise be good. I'm tapped out. Okay, they're passing. I like that. Let's opt. Actually gonna bottom the land. I'd like to find some actual action. And yeah, I might just run into a land anyways. Alright, let's play a Medallion. They're F6th. Let's go Cloud of Faeries. Let's opt. Brain Freeze. Guess I'll bottom this one. Play to hand. No action. Bummer. Alright. I mean, I could snap and then try to cycle this one. Maybe I should. Yeah, what the heck. There's a lot of hits in the deck. I mean, if they want to snap us. Oh, Hergles? Sure. Doesn't do much. Tap these. Let's Sapphire. Cloud of Faeries. And let's try to rip. I mean, it's not a bad draw. Not a bad draw. An AK for one card. That's fine with me. Now they can, like if they cast the Meditate and then we Arcane Denial the next spell, we could get 2 turns. They got nothing. Or nothing that they're willing to do, at least. That's a Merchant Scroll. Don't hate that. Let's play land. Go for Scroll. Let's grab a Meditate. And pass. I am worried about Brain Freeze. We're gonna cast another AK, that's fine. Another Medallion, that's also fine. Really hope they don't have a land drop. I can stuff whatever this is. And then go off. Okay. Nice. This is what I was hoping for. No land drop? Oh. Now I'm worried about Brain Freeze again. Or, of course, just dying. Oh. Well, that's fine. Cool. Alright. They can draw 2 cards. That's fine with me. We draw 1 card. For some pretty bad draws. Let's go Medallion. Medallion. LED. Hold priority. Meditate. Crack for blue. Let's go. Okay, alright. Let's opt first. Snap. It's worth a lot of mana, but I have a ton of mana. Bottom that. Scroll is great. Okay, let's go land. Go get Meditate. The LED. Priority, go Frantic. Meditate, make blue. Draw 4. Frantic 2 more. Get rid of the 2 islands. Untap some stuff. Cast the Meditate. Cast the Sleight of Hand. Get a Cloud of Faeries. Play it. Untap some stuff. Snap the Cloud of Faeries. Untap some stuff. Play Cloud of Faeries. Tap some stuff. Cast an Opt. Bottom. Play a Sapphire. Frantic. Get rid of those. Untap our stuff. Brain Freeze. Brain Freeze. I think we got him. Cool. We're 3-1. See you in the final round. Right, here we go back for the final round. We're on the draw playing against Guilm. Got a 1-lander with 3 cantrips, so should be fine here. Well, they said we meet again. I don't remember which opponent this was. If I had known it was the same person, I actually wouldn't have joined. Sorry for throwing in a rematch here, but I guess we'll go for it. Alright, I will just pass. End step the opt, and then start casting slights. Oh, it's the mirror match again. Oh, let's cast opt. And we'll bottom that opt. Medallion can go. Draw an island. Okay. I'm just gonna cast my Medallion. Hope we're not dead. I don't really think there's a better play to make. They have 3 lands, cost reducer, 5 cards in hand. They're gonna start with the Helm. Oh, they best get there this turn. Discarding another Helm and a Snap. They only have 3 cards. There's a Meditate. We're probably dead. Another Meditate. It would be unreal if they couldn't make mana here. They need a Frantic or a Cloud of Faeries. Yep, there's a Cloud of Faeries. Impulse. Finds the Frantic Search. Discards 2 islands. Back up to 3 mana, 7 cards in hand. Cast another Impulse. And Immersion Scroll, probably for another Frantic. Yep. Back up to 3 mana. Rid of an island and another Helm. That's another Impulse. Lotus Petal. 1 Brain Freeze. Assuming they have another. Okay, they've milled 39 cards. We still have 11. Play Cloud of Faeries. And there's the other. Okay. We are dead. Alright, let's play the Annuls. Arcane Denials and Brain Freezes. We'll cut the Cunning Wishes. Play the Hercules. We'll trim a Deep Analysis. Trim a Merchant Scroll. Trim Snap. And 2 Helm of Awakening. And we will take the play. Hand is not bad. I'll keep. Looking for a cost reducer. Arcane Denial wouldn't be bad. A mulligan to 5. Alright, they stopped on 5. Let's go for the opt. Frantic. Now, I gotta find a cost reducer. That is what I'm in the market for. We play a land and pass. We are likely just gonna wind up cycling a Cloud of Faeries. Nice little bonus mode of Cloud of Faeries. Looks like they kept a 1-lander because they were on 5 cards. Betcha they have an Impulse in hand. Play the hand. Don't hate it. Island, huh? Alright, let's cast this Slight. We found the Medallion. Play Island. Let's play the Medallion and pass. And we're looking pretty well set up for next turn. Alright, they found their second land. No Medallion. Let's go Slight. Try to find it to Faeries Isle. Another Medallion. I don't hate that. Let's take that. Play an Island. Play a Medallion. Play a Cloud of Faeries. Tap on tap. Play a Lines of Diamond. Hold priority. Go meditate, meditate. Crack for blue. Draw 4. Draw 4 more. Play Cloud of Faeries. Play a Snap. Play a Cloud of Faeries. Play another Medallion so that we can deep analysis for 1 mana. Cast another deep analysis. Let's cast Frantic. Get rid of these lands. Untap some islands. Cast Opt. Get rid of island. Go Merchant Scroll. Get another Frantic. Cast it. Get rid of a null. A land. Untap some islands. Go for another Frantic. We'll get rid of Helm. One of these LEDs. Tap some lands. Cast the Sleight of Hand. Grab another Brain Freeze. Play Lines of Diamond. Get them with Brain Freeze. Get them with Brain Freeze. Cool. They are not scooping. It's going to let us see everything, I guess. We got AKs. We knew about, I don't know about all this. So we'll just F6. It's worth noting we did not play around them having Brain Freeze. I don't know that we could have, but it, for whatever reason, it just wasn't on my radar this game. We were thinking about it last game, but I forgot. Never punished, I suppose. Unless they have, like, Brain Freeze plus that card that makes us draw a card, but we have 2 Arcane Denials. Really, they should have Brain Freezed us when we had one of our last, like, draw effects on the stack. Okay. Yeah, let's run it back. Can't keep this one. Well, mulligan, they're on 7. Wow, 2 no-landers in a row. That's brutal. Get rid of... Freeze is a very good card against them. Might be a way to cheese a win. Cut Deep Analysis and the Merchant Scroll. You even just bottom a land. No. Close, though. Very close. Island pass. Now it's our turn to play on a mulligan to 5. Opt is not bad. There is the Medallion. Let's bottom the Cloud of Faeries. It's not a bad card, but I think we have better draws. That's not a bad draw. Alright, I'm still going to play Medallion. The problem is, if we like hold up Brain Freeze, there's a good enough chance that they're just not going to kill us, and then we're going to wind up in the same situation next turn. And Brain Freeze isn't fantastic against like double Brain Freeze, right? Alright, they're just playing a thing in passing. Like, they need to have built up enough Storm with a draw spell on the stack as well for Brain Freeze to really get them. If we wind up with double Brain Freeze, that's a different story. Alright, so now I can play Faeries Isle and then Frantic. Let's do that. Gonna bounce my Medallion. That's fine. Now they're tapped out. Get rid of a null and island. And tap our lands. Cast Medallion. Cast Merchant Scroll. You can just get Hercules and bounce their Sapphires. You can also just get an Arcane Denial. Yeah, feels like it's going to be pretty tough for them to win. Even though the Arcane Denial is known. Right, they're passing. Really don't hate Island as a draw here. Yeah, let's pass, and we can always end step and meditate. AK is fine. If they just pass here, I'm gonna meditate. Maybe not. Maybe I just meditate on my turn. Yeah, it probably makes more sense. Good chance we can just win right here. Yes, the meditate. Find another meditate. Alright, I need to find a Cloud of Faeries. I feel like going for another meditate is suicide. But we still have a land drop though. Well, still gonna cast cantrips instead. I'll take the snap. Let's cast another slight. An LED. Pretty risky. Alright, I'll play Island. No Cloud of Faeries, huh? Alright. That's a bummer. Take the opt. Alright, well, they got 2 turns to get through an Arcane Denial. Don't care about Helm. Pass into their next turn. Okay. Surprising to me that they would even play that. Make another land drop. They have 3 cards. It's going to give me a Helm. Interesting. Alright, I'm going to opt Hercules. Yeah, I would say it's not going to be all that effective at this point. I mean, we probably win if we go for it now. Thinks I don't have this to Faeries Isle. But that's fine. Let's meditate. Ooh, well, we found another one. Play it. Cast the Cloud of Faeries. Now they're just done for. Snap it. Tap some lands. Cast it again. And let's Soul Merchant Scroll for another meditate. Cast it. Play Lion's Eye Diamond. Play Opt. Grab the Sleight of Hand. Cast it. Have another Brain Freeze. Cast the Frantic. Oh, we gotta watch out for Brain Freeze. We could have just died right there. Keep forgetting. Alright, well, it's clear they don't have it, because they would have used it there, but still, I'm not going to play into it again. And let's go Brain Freeze, Brain Freeze, Brain Freeze for the lulls. And I believe that means we got them. Let all these go. I feel like whatever is happening in this match, I think we just have the better sideboard cards. Like, Arcane Denial is just really good. They don't really have sideboard cards. They have, Hercules Recall. That's it. Yeah, that's it. A Rushing River, which aren't, like, super good cards against us. I don't really know why they're wading through all that, but that's fine. No worries. I like seeing the cards fall. They're gonna Brain Freeze, which is fine with me. We're not drawing any cards, and we're skipping a bunch of our own turns anyways, and we have 2 Arcane Denials to try to cast that card that makes us draw a card. They could have won, though. They could have cast this. We could have played around it. Like, for sure, we were in a spot where we could have beat this easily. We have multiple Brainstorm or Brain Freezes in our hand. I was just kind of messing around casting too many spells. But we should have been punished. Instead, we will go unpunished. Do they have the other card, though? That's the question. Wait, do we die to this if you draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep? Ooh, we would die if I had to use Arcane Denial. But they just wanted to do that. I feel you. Okay, so overall, I do like the list. I still have to play this deck both iterations with LED and without, or to really have an opinion on that. But I will say, the other list that I was playing, without LEDs, people don't play Deep Analysis and think it's bad. I think the card is fantastic. It did convince me to go from 3 to 2. But and people tend to play it because of its synergy with Lion's Eye Diamond. But I don't even think you need the Lion's Eye Diamond synergy to make it good. And I shouldn't be on the 2. I think I should be on 3. But y'all know I'm a fan of the Opt and Sleight of Hand. I think it made things very smooth in these matches. We kept a lot of solid one-landers. I think we missed on like one one-lander, but that was a risky one-lander. I think it was on the play with only 1 opt, which is maybe just not good enough to keep. But we had plenty of one-landers with multiple cantrips that are good, being on the draw, or keeping a 2-lander but with cantrips, instead of just hoping to find your Medallion, or doing nothing on turn 1 and then on turn 2 casting an Impulse. We were able to take some meaningful game actions. I think Teferi's Isle is one of the better cards in the deck. Always surprised when I see decks not running it. I like that. I can probably go to 7 cost reducers in the other list. I'm playing the 8 cantrips. I don't have a strong opinion on that though. 7 or 8 seems fine. I will say, I know some people have been asking in the comments, you know, how come you don't play in the leagues, the more competitive leagues? If you don't know, you can sign up. I might be getting some of this formatting wrong, but as I understand it, as it was told to me by chat when I was streaming, it's like you can sign up at any point during a 2-week period, although you want to play 5 matches with the option of playing 6. I don't understand that, but you want to try to play them early in the couple of weeks, because most people play them early, and then if you wait too long, it's harder to find other people playing their matches. And then you play it in the practice room like we're doing here, and you report your matches to this website, and there's prizes, and it's pretty cool. Which I will do soon, but listen, this is my first dip into the format. Like, I just want to jam some games and see how it feels, and not be completely clueless as to what people are doing or what to expect. It's very difficult to sideboard in a format that you don't know. You don't know what your opponent's doing. You don't know, especially with cards like Cabal Therapy. I do at this point feel comfortable enough with the decks that I've played, that being either this deck, Iggy Pop, or Tin Pins. So if I get another Dono deck on one of those with the request that I play it in a league, I'd be happy to do that. I'm sure at some point I'll just do it. I might do it on my stream. It's not going to be long before I'm playing this format more competitively. I'll put it that way. I am in love with it. It is easily one of my favorite formats, like instantly, as I knew it would be. And the less I like Legacy, the more I like this. And Legacy, it's definitely been getting worse, I'll say that. So, plenty more pre-modern content to come. And if you want even more, like I said, send a Dono deck and I'll have to play it. There's links in the description, in the pinned comment, as to how you can do a donation deck. But I would like to thank again Discord user EgoSum. This was a lot of fun. I still think Hunting Pack is great. It should probably be in the deck if you're going to be running Lion's Eye Diamond. Or in the sideboard, rather. I love, love, love Arcane Denial. Even with Lion's Eye Diamonds, as I figured, it was great. I think it's really good in the counterspell grindy matchups. I think the plan of Grid is a good card, obviously you're playing it, but then also bring in the Brain Freezes and the Arcane Denials. I think we had that spot where we had run out of gas, like not enough, and this was my worry about Brain Freeze, that you might run into a spot where you run out of gas and you have Brain Freeze instead of a card that actually does something, where Arcane Denial was able to turn it into going up a card. And freezing them for half their deck. So it's like we got to freeze 30 cards and then turn the Brain Freeze and Arcane Denial into 3 cards. So that was really cool. We all of a sudden had a full grip of 7 cards because we did it twice. I apologize again for playing against the same person. I didn't realize it. But it's fun to play the mirror, and they were super nice. Good games. But that's it for me. I'll catch you in the next one. Keep on storming, y'all.